Hey loves, thanks for tuning in to CYB TV. This is Cherish and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a natural sew-in weave with minimal leave out, and as you can see, her hair has some color. So I'm going to be doing a little improvising, and we're going to be going to this. So I'm not going to be using any hair dye, and if you guys want to see exactly what I do to achieve this look, then definitely stay tuned and keep on watching.
You deserve to be the best. You deserve it. Yeah. I'm here to make you look great. Feel great, think great, be great. Yeah, I'm here to make you look great. Feel great, think great, be great. Yeah, I'm here to make you look great. Feel great, think great, be great. Yeah, I'm here to make you look great. Feel great, think great.
Okay, so right now I already sectioned off the hair and the leave out portion. That's going to be for covering up those tracks on top. Not a lot, just enough. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys exactly what I do when it comes down to the parting and doing the braid pattern for when I sew on the tracks. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, her hair is dyed, it's bleached, it's lightened, all of that. And when I say when being a stylist, you have to kind of improvise and just kind of see what you're working with as you go. That's exactly what you guys will witness and see. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna go ahead and do this braid pattern. So by now you guys can see pretty much that I'm just going around and around and connecting the braids as I go around her head. It's like a beehive. You know, pretty basic braid pattern for doing like a sew-in. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and finish up doing this. Alright, so pretty much that's all ready to go. I just tucked that little tail up in between those cracks, and it's going to be covered up and you know, sewn over. But for the hair, as you guys can see, she has like an ombre vibe going on, and she got this color to closely match what her natural hair colored is bleached to. So beginning with the first track, I like to put the needle through the weft. Honestly, I don't know how other people do it. Everybody's different. But for me, I like to put the needle through the weft. And then, you know, it goes underneath the braid. And then I go in through the little loop in the thread and then tighten it. And I do that a couple of times for the first couple of stitches, and then I just go ahead and do it regular, where I'm going underneath the weft and the braid. And also I'm going to show you guys another technique in order to like make the hair feel smooth and to where the gaps when you lift up the hair is not going to be showing, and just to pretty much close up those gaps. Okay, so you guys will see how I do that once I get a little, you know, closer to the middle area. Another thing I like to do, instead of cutting the weft, I like to just kind of fold it over and just go back and forth until that full weft is finished. And that eliminates the shedding of the hair, because once you cut the weft, it starts to shed a lot more. So this preserves hair, especially if it's really, really good human hair. You want to try not to cut it as much as possible. Obviously, you're eventually going to have to cut it. But the less cuts or breaks within the weft, the less shedding. So as you guys can see, I just folded that over. And real quick for this part, you see that gap that was there. Instead of going directly on the braid, I am kind of going like towards the bottom of the braid. That way I can cover up those gaps. So you're technically, or shall I say, I'm technically putting the weft in between the braids where the gaps are, and that's what I'm doing. So the weft won't be directly on the braids, which causes less tension, less breakage from the thread, and you know, all that good stuff. So I'm just finishing up doing this. Now, voila, I'm finished with installing and sewing in the weave hair. So now it's time to get her natural hair to blend in with that weave hair, so it can be like a natural looking, you know, install. That's what we're going for. Now, I just went on and sprayed some heat protectant because I am going to flat iron her hair out. You know, that's the beginning of blending. And yeah, y'all will see right now that her hair, the color of her hair that is bleached, her natural hair, and the color of the weave hair is just not matching, y'all. Like, you see the light and the dark. We cannot go out like that. So right now my brain is spinning, my mind is spinning, and I'm like, okay, well, we already came this far. There's no dyeing her hair. We can't dye her hair. I mean, we could have dyed her hair, but I'm like, we're not doing all that. So I'm just flat ironing it right now and just thinking about how can I blend this in to make it look good, because I'm not gonna let her leave the house with her hair not blended and looking like that. You know what I'm saying? So bear with me, y'all. See exactly what technique I do to get this hair looking good, okay? Good enough to look like it's her real hair, okay? So I'm just doing the basic flat iron. I do the comb chase method. I don't know why I didn't start out doing it. I just started doing it towards the end right here, but you know, whatever. Sometimes my brain is just all over the place. Like I said, I was thinking about how we're gonna blend this, so I wasn't thinking right. We didn't even trim her ends, and that's another thing, because it's not as smooth as the fake hair as well. So there's just a lot of stuff going through my brain right now, y'all. But we work it out. We work it out. By now I'm off done flattening her hair, and then I become to realize what I'm going to use. So I just put in some oil, and you guys will see. Huh.
I need a camera like that.
Oh, this matches perfectly. Oh my god.
Like I told you, say.
So I had to do the actual audio at that part, y'all, because seriously, I thought of this makeup palette, this specific makeup palette, and I was like, I know those colors will match her weave hair, and sure enough, they did. And I'm just so happy for makeup, okay, because we were not gonna do all that dyeing, but can you see how that makeup just covered up her bleached hair and just blended in with the weave hair? Like bomb. So right now I'm just going to use this little edge booster pomade just to kind of slick down her natural hair and blend in the ends and just make everything you know, lay flat and stick together. And it's not going to make her hair hard or anything. It's still going to have some flow because of the oil I use. It actually softens it up and just makes it look shiny. So yeah, you guys can see that. So I just pretty much mix that stuff in with the oil, and right there I noticed there's a little y'all see that part right there. I'm like, yeah, girl, get that. Don't be afraid to perfect, because I was like, no, I gotta cut that little piece of track. So now that I did that, now it lays flat. Boom. I don't know, I'm just so happy that it turned out great and it worked out. That's one thing about me. I will make sure my work is very up to par. It may take a while sometimes just for me to, you know, feel comfortable, but I also make sure I'm giving the client the best of the best to my ability. So now it's time to slay her edges. So that's what I'm doing, using that same pomade to slick down her edges. And yes, we are practically finished with this install. She's looking real cute. I mean, she likes it. As long as she likes it, I love it. I'm going to do a couple more things to it, like trim the ends. I'm going to add some of this cream to the hair because she wanted to keep it natural. I wanted to straighten it and, you know, add some curls, but she's like, no, just keep the natural wave in there. So I'm using this cream to do exactly that, and, you know, scrunching it up in there just to make it a little soft and a little bit more wavy. And yeah, just pretty much it, y'all. If you like this video and if you want to see more like client work or makeovers and hair transformations, then definitely subscribe. Don't forget to thumbs this video up and press the bell notifications for when I post new videos. And yeah, that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.